Oh yeah, Birdie is even more fucked up than he was last time. He's now got 3 talons and coughing fire. And McMuffin's like, that's interesting.
Awesome.
Let's see. We hear a wolf howl, and Malik and Gorath and Yulia all kind of go looking for it. But while they're looking for it, the clock strikes 12, and the cover of the book suddenly kind of there's a silver piece or a coin that kind of appears, and the book seems to have an image of the infinity fountain, apparently. And there's a text that says, "Take me for a swim," and Yulia's just like, okay. So they decide to go to the infinity pool, and then this whole fight chase scene starts happening where Gorath is the one who can see the wolf and the red eyes and hear claws and all that stuff, whereas Malik and McMuffin are not gifted with that ability. Yulia just books it for the fountain. Like, she just is like, okay, you guys, you have fun with that. I'm gonna go take care of this. And
Gorath nearly dies.
Gorath nearly dies fighting the creature.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm skimming. It pops in.
Now she's self-conscious that she wrote too much shit down.
Yeah, of course. It's you want to write down what happens just in case you need to go back to it later. But when you're actually just summarizing what happened, basically we had a wolf/hound fight, and Yulia gets to the fountain, dips her hand in the fountain, and splashes the cover of the book. Doesn't do anything, so she's just like, all right, fuck it, and she takes off her bag and stuff and dives into the water. And the others arrive. They see Yulia's belongings, and they also dive in the fountain. Except for Malik, apparently. Can't see the book. Malik says he can't go in. And when Gorath asks why Malik can't go in, he says, it's complicated. Which bodes very well for what we see when we splash out of the water. It's Naven Mag sitting in the room that was at the top of the tower when we first met her. And she's doing a ritual, and then Gorath and McMuffin splash up behind Yulia. And Naven Mag looks really happy to see us. The end. Level up.
Hi, Yulia.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So for my copious notes, Birdie was left behind. Birdie's not with you guys.
Yes. That is what I remember.
Birdie's not with us. I don't think Birdie can swim.
Nope. And yeah, so you guys are assuming that Malik took care of your belongings and probably Birdie?
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So that's where we are. And Gorath is probably a bloody mess.
Yep.
But he has all his stuff. He's not one for leaving.
Because Gorath doesn't care if it gets wet.
Nope. Do you have anything in your inventory that shouldn't get wet? Just out of curiosity. That sponge cake probably isn't as delicious anymore.
Oh, God.
Probably like some dog feet. I'm sure you had some disgusting delicious orc delicacies. Cool. So, yeah, to set the scene again. Yeah, so this room, it seems to you guys very odd. It seems out of like a room you've never seen. It's more like it has a more clean, modern look to it. But you wouldn't know what modern is, probably, right? Like, but it looks, yeah. This this is not anything that you're used to seeing. Looking around, there's a reasonable amount of like, kind of like art slash like, like there's various things. It's kind of minimalistic, but there's various like, like a scroll on the wall or just like some art, maybe a few like weapons of some sort. There's a large mirror. It's clear that someone lives here. It kind of, there's probably a bed visible at some point, over in the corner. A small kitchen thing, and then there's a sunken, like round. It's fairly large. Like you could sit 10, 12 people in this little sunken living room kind of thing. It's all kind of cool. It's painted in interesting colors that you're not kind of used to, maybe outside of your normal palettes. And there's Naven Mag just staring right at you guys. Yeah, like colors that are just you're like, I've never seen anything that color.
Like not or most. I'm thinking, if most of us are commoner folk or otherwise, we're probably seeing blacks, browns, maybe some shades of nature colors like greens.
Yeah,
maybe the occasional red from blood, but beyond that, we're not seeing purple, indigo, yellows.
Right. Exactly. And like mauve. You're not seeing mauve. You're seeing whites and earth tones, probably. And probably not even, some black for sure. Yeah, and that would just be the colors of the day, right? Like the pigments you can get. Purple would be hard, right? Like that kind of thing.
Fun fact, blue was an extremely difficult pigment to get, especially indigo. It was very expensive, and so the only access to blue colors that the common folk had was called woad, and it was a plant mixed with urine, and it produced a pale blue color in dye.
Well, there's definitely some woad. There's definitely woad
your
in this
fun
room.
fact for the day.
It has the vibe like out of game, like a 60s bachelor pad. That's the kind of vibe it has, right?
All right.
There's some like ornate candlesticks, iron candles. It has that pseudo goth vibe, but like goth meets, Esquivel bachelor pad.
60s mod. That's an interesting aesthetic right there.
It really is.
And just for the record, the last words out of Naven Mag's mouth was, well, fuck me, and then Yulia says, don't you dare tell me it's complicated, what the hell is going on? So that's where we left off.
Exactly.
But I will be right back. I need to grab a battery.
No, you don't.
Grab that battery. He's a battery grabber.
After eat your bird food. I'm not giving you anything else until you eat your bird food. He's like a toddler. He's holding out like, oh, if I don't eat my bird food, eventually something better will come along, like French fries or chicken or something. It's like, no, Oscar, you gotta eat your bird food. It's for birds. It's healthy.
We had a problem with BB, our kitten, who is now a cat. Had wife puts collar that he constantly sheds back on him, and he's all of a sudden like rapping on. I'm sitting outside on the porch, and he's rapping. Looks at his head on the window. Like, what's going on in here? I come in.
What?
Like, I'm like, is he got a bug or something? And he's got the collar is stuck in his mouth, and his paw. So he's got a paw in his mouth stuck on and he can't get it off, and he's bumping his head on the window to get me to come in and free him.
Oh,
nice job.
Poor kitty.
He is a punk. Did you get your battery?
I did.
Cool. So, yeah, Naven Mag. Yulia says, what's going on? And she's kind of just looking at you guys, and she's a little confused, a little shocked, but like she's smiling, so you can tell she is happy to see you guys. And she doesn't say anything, and is kind of just taking it in and like looking at each one of you and kind of like almost like checking you out, like trying to figure it out herself, right? And so she doesn't really say anything.
McMuffin speaks up and says, so how's the weather going?
I mean, personally, I'm more interested to know how the fight with her future self went.
Maybe it is her future self that we've just met now.
Exactly. She rolls a 3 on the die of fate for the weather. I'm going to say, yeah, there's windows, so it's like, yeah, it's overcast, and yeah, and maybe it's not super warm. Let's say it's 50 degrees, 60 degrees, and overcast. So weather's kind of meh. She answers you.
Aw.
Yuli, did you have a specific question you wanted to ask her or re-ask her?
No, I'll go ahead and ask her what happened to your other self.
And she kind of she paused for a second, and then you can tell she's like, "Oh, I know what you mean." She's like, and she literally chuckles a little bit, just like tee-hee, and says, "Which time?"
Oh,
here we
go. Oh, God. I mean, how many times have we been up to your tower at this point?
Do you ask her that?
Yes.
Sweet, cool. Well, this is the second that I'm aware of.
Well, then what happened on the first one?
She literally exhales, and kind of you can see she's thinking back. She's like, I seem to remember that time we were battling back and forth. She got a good one in, but I deflected the last time, blew the wall out, which is when I transported you guys to safety. And then, yeah, I don't remember what happened after that.
Well, what about the whole world-ending thing? I mean, it hasn't happened yet, though. I guess that doesn't mean all that much to a chronomancer.
She's like, "You're starting to get it."
Julia just looks annoyed. Like, okay, I can stop treating me like a child now.
And she sees that you're upset. She's like, "No, that's actually very good." Each time. Let me answer your questions by asking you questions. Maybe that'll help.
Oh, great. Wonderful.
It's very hard to explain. You guys have been through my tower. Others have walked in, come upon the tower, let's say. Yes? Let's just, regardless of how you guys got here, you came upon the tower, and you saw each floor. What did you see down there?
Pain.
Different distortions of time.
That too.
How many times did you guys die?
What was that, Brian?
How many times did you guys die?
In the tower
Twice.
or in...
I think we died twice in the tower when the room collapsed on us. The third time was the charm.
And she looks at you, McMuffin, and says, "Oh, so you guys have died after that as well?"
Oh, oh yeah, loads of times.
See, there we go.
Quite many times.
And you can tell she has a look like that doesn't surprise her. But she says, and so
I mean, on the other note,
go ahead.
On the other note, I'm friends with Def and his secretary.
And how
friends might be a loose term.
How did that go for you?
You know,
you're here, so it must have gone well.
How is Travis doing?
Well, it seems as though it was pretty fine. First time, I had to give up some of my life, but my family's okay. Second time, I turned into a ghost. So, you know, I visited Def twice. Might do it a third time. We'll see.
Oh,
That's sarcasm.
Mm-hmm. And so she says, well, so the tower repeats itself constantly. So like, just as you guys died and came back and got to try again, yes? It's actually kind of fun. I still go down and do that from time to time when I'm feeling a little kooky. Being stuck in a time loop when you're, and she rolls her eyes, a time wizard. Isn't that fun? I gotta tell you. So
You don't say.
Yeah. So, yes, I'm looping through, but enough about that. I'm very interested in how you got here this time.
Quick question. How long does it take for an orc to bleed out?
That's an excellent question.
Julia kind of like snaps out of her mood and looks over at Gorath and is like, oh yeah, I should probably take care of that. God, it's been forever. I always ask this. How do I heal?
It's a good question. I can't remember either.
I've got it in the rules. So
Good man.
2d6, and this would be a cure. So you roll 2d6, and depending on your result, that depends on what the level of healing is.
Right. Was it 2d6 plus health? Plus level?
I thought it was plus level.
It's 2d6. What I have written down is 2d6 for the heal, and then 1d6 plus level for the actual
cure.
amount heal.
Okay, cool. 2d6.
5.
I don't have anything written down for that, so I think that's a fail.
That is a fail. But it is a skill. We probably amended this. It's probably roll one more d6. Julia? That's a terrible roll, by the way. Oh, that's a sensationally terrible roll.
Damn it.
Even with advantage, you're horrible roll.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, a 5 isn't going to do it.
Nope.
But you do
have bandages, by the way.
Yeah, that's totally cool. Because it's a skill, the fail, I think, like, he's just, it's essentially if you had bandaged him, he is stable, but yeah.
Okay.
Still, there was a lot of
Muff also bandaged.
Not great, but not bleeding out actively anymore.
Yes.
That's okay.
And McMuffin did bandage him.
Okay.
So you guys, apparently Growth is just going to have to wait and heal in some other way. It'll be interesting.
I'm okay now. I'm not actively bleeding out. My intestines back inside.
Mostly.
I'm happy with that.
Cool. And so, Mags asks, I guess she's probably going to, she'll ask the group, but like kind of, like talking with Yulia, like, by chance, did you guys come across one of my books?
We did, as a matter of fact. What was that, Gorath?
Is yours the book with all the airship pictures in it?
Ooh, no. That's a good one, though.
Yeah.
We came across another one of those books, and also a man named Malik. Oh, what was his last name?
Maxwell.
Maxwell, that's right. Who I am deeply suspicious knows you, just because of our parting words together.
What words were those?
It's complicated.
Well, alas, I know no Malik Maxwell, but many things in this world are complicated.
He seems to be quite interested in various forms of time magic.
Well, I would like to meet this Mr. Maxwell. But sorry to change the subject slightly, or get back to subject hand. That book requires a certain amount of exposure to time magic that normal people wouldn't have. Your time in here, in the tower, certainly you were affected by time, but that book was not necessarily intended for you specifically. I'm curious how you guys were able to wield it, I suppose. It's interesting.
McMuffin raises his hand and says, "Wait, that means maybe we can cast magic now." he sort of holds out his hand. He says, and he's sort of waiting for something to happen.
Expelliarmus!
He says, "Does anything happen?"
Someone's getting a call.
That was me. My bad.
No worries. Sorry, I'm looking something up. Just one sec. I didn't have this thing open.
Can I roll like Arcana or something?
I'm sorry, McMuffin. What are you trying to do?
No, because McMuffin's thinking he can like cast like time magic because
Okay.
they've been touched or whatever you call it.
Yes. So, okay, cool. She says, well, certainly everyone that enters this tower is affected by time. And you're kind of touched by time, as I understand it. To use the book and appear here like you did, that's a different form. That's more like you're marked by time. That's a different form of magic.
Well, we certainly didn't use any spells or anything like that. We just
it's interesting.
looked at the book. Yep, under a midnight moon.
I mean, we did kind of die and then come back because of a well of vitality thing.
And you're telling me I can't shoot cool beams out of my hands like you did?
And she totally ignores McMuffin and says, "What did you say, Gorath?"
We died on our ways here, and it was kind of apparently Death made a mistake, and so he said that we could come back as like undead for a little bit, and we did. And so we was ghosts, and I was a zombie, and it was awesome, and I beat up some golems. And then we took a bath in this bath, and it made us alive again.
And she's just kind of nodding her head and fidgeting with a necklace she's wearing.
And there was this really, really weird and kind of skeezy cleric guy who seemed to be in charge of it. And I tried to extort him for money, but then he just disappeared.
And while you're saying that, she's looking down and sees the mark just above your nipple, your left nipple, and like literally reaches her hand out to touch it. And she's like, I see. You've literally been marked by time, it would appear.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that explains it. That's fascinating. I wasn't sure what the books would yield. I certainly didn't expect this. And she says, hilariously, I'm not sure you guys will... The unexpected to a... And she rolls her eyes again. Time wizard? Is hilariously rare. So thank you for that. That's amazing. Never saw that coming. Super
No
fun.
one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Exactly. Silly Spanish Inquisition. Fluffy pillows. And she kind of, she with that, she kind of goes silent, turns her back to you, like, has her hands behind her back and kind of steps forward towards, like, the window and kind of just has that 1,000-yard stare just kind of peering out.
You're not going to teleport us out again, are you?
And she says, I'm afraid not this time.
Well then, what?
And, and she turns back and looks at Yulia. I don't think you're going to like it. But,
Really? Because I've loved everything else so far.
and
That
she
means
laughs.
I'm going to like it.
And she says, your being here is very interesting in many ways. And she walks over to a pedestal with a book on it, not unlike Malik's, but it's not like Malik's. I don't want to mislead you guys. Takes a peek at that, and then she kind of walks over to the huge mirror, and she looks. She's kind of like inspecting it, and like comes close to touching it. And she's kind of in her own world, just kind of walking around the room a little bit. She walks over to the wall. There's a scroll on the wall. She scrolls it up and pulls out a small like bag and stuffs it in the bag. And then she takes there's a few different swords and that sort of thing. She takes a specific one. Looks pretty fancy. It's like silver, but there's a couple more with it. And it looks way too big for this bag, but she stuffs it right in the bag anyway. She walks over to the kitchen. Go ahead, McMuffin.
Can McMuffin make an insight check to see what kind of bag that is?
Sure. I would say this is probably intelligence.
It's first odd.
Yay!
Would you roll?
Intelligence.
Yeah, okay. I thought you rolled.
I'm going to roll. No, I'm going to roll right now.
Yeah, so you're just trying to remember. Yeah, cool, 9. You would expect, like, this is I don't know if it's a myth or if it's uncommonly known or commonly known, but you would guess that looks more like a bag of holding. You're like,
Whoa.
that sword was way too big to go in that bag. And she goes over to...
I have one?
Are you asking her a question?
Yeah, she says, can I have a bag like that?
And she's not looking at you. She's walking towards like the kitchen area, and she says, "I'm sure you. It seems like you guys find yourselves in adventures all the time. I imagine you will find one of these." She takes her tea set and dumps it in the bag, and then she walks into the middle of the room. What's going on, baby?
Look at the size of that motherfucking spider.
Whoa! That's not good. Is it a Black Widow?
I'm pretty sure.
Motherfucking spiders in this motherfucking house.
Sorry,
Kill
I
it!
interrupt.
It's okay.
It was all freaked out.
Yeah, we have Black Widows. It's fun.
Oh, yeah.
So she's standing in the middle of the room, looking back at you guys again. And she says, "So, great to see you. Thanks for springing me.
What?
I don't have enough time to explain better. I'm sorry. The book on the
I'm
pedestal."
sure it's very complicated.
And she giggles and she said, "More than you can even imagine. I really just I can't explain. The book on the pedestal will tell you everything you need to know." And she says, and she looks back down at your mark, Gorath, and then she looks back at you and she's like, "I don't suppose you guys have ever traveled by mirror before, have you?"
Not yet.
The gas is too expensive.
And she at that point, like, it's almost like it looks kind of like she like reaches up into the air, and it's almost like she's grabbing like a zipper or something, and just pulls her hand down, and like a little time warp kind of opens. It looks similar to the one you guys flew through in the balloon, but much smaller, obviously. And she kind of just steps through it, and she says, "Well, good luck with that. I'll see you again." And she's gone.
Bye, Miss Nag.
And
Wait,
the zip, and it's a zip sound again. What's that? What was that?
Wait, that's not helpful at all.
Yulia looks really salty for a couple of seconds and then goes over to the pedestal, and starts angrily looking at it.
Okay, I think this is a good time to take a quick break, huh?
Probably a good break.
I gotta go see about a giant Black Widow spider, apparently. Apparently the
Take
body...
pictures.
Yeah, like the size of a quarter. I'm like, ew. She's got a good
Yep,
picture.
that's-
All right.
And takes her tea set with her, that bitch. And Yulia goes up to look at the book on the pedestal.
Mm-hmm. And walk me through it. What do you got?
Well, I mean, Yulia's just going to peruse what's up there. I mean, what does the cover look like? Is it open to a particular page?
It's not open to a page. On the cover, it's completely blank. It looks more... It's definitely leather bound. It's nicely bound. It's probably, a few hundred pages thick.
Is it blank on the inside as well?
So, yeah, you open I assume you open to the first page, and it has her name written, you would assume, in her pen. Just says Naven Mag. And you flip there to the second page. Or you probably just do the thumb through all the pages, right? Like to see what the deal is.
Probably.
They're all blank. Yeah, everything's blank. As far as you can tell. And except on the first page, it says how to make proper tea and instructions.
Yulia's saltiness level increases. Is there any light coming in from the windows or anything?
Yes. Yeah, there's a window. There's probably, if I remember right, there's a number of windows. Let's say there are.
We'll just say Yulia picks the book up and carries it over and puts it underneath the light just to see if that changes anything and sort of does the flip through again.
Mm-hmm. No change.
What does it say as far as how to make good tea?
Cool.
Well,
yes.
I don't know. Yeah, what does it say?
I actually had that. Ooh, look at all those bugs. Stink bugs. No. Don't see this. Hold on. Sorry, this is not working. Got it. Too many pages open. Stink bugs. It looks like that. Well, kind of. Imagine how to make... There's little pictures she's drawing. Although she stole her tea set, of course.
Yeah, she has her tea set.
Yeah. But it goes through. It's very elaborate. Like, you must use the purest water. Warm. Obviously you need. I mean, she probably actually writes that in there. Like, obviously you need a proper tea kettle, which you should rinse out with warm water to get it warm. Cup, same thing. Like on and on. She has like crazy, like 4 decimal point times on how long to steep. Which you may find ironic and or hilarious. Being a roll your eyes time wizard, she would be very specific.
Well, I think it's snooping time. I mean, I know this is kind of a mod setup, but maybe she has some other stuff squirreled away. So Yulia's just gonna kind of go looking around the room, see what she can find.
Cool.
Maybe another tea set, who knows?
Perhaps. Yeah, where do you want to look? What are you looking for?
I'll see if there is another tea set, but just in general, snooping.
Oh, cool. So you're going over to the kitchen area and just kind of like I assume that there would be like cubby holes and like drawers and that sort of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you do, and it's very nice actually. It's a fairly ornate. It doesn't really fit with the room, and yet it fits with the room. It's like it's more old. It looks like older. Clearly hand carved. Like the functionality of it is actually specifically interesting. Like how nice it is. It's smooth. Someone really spent some time with this thing. There is no other tea set that you can see. There are a number of like loose teas. There's definitely a spot of honey and that sort of thing. She would have lemon, of course. There's a couple lemons. That sort of thing. What was that?
Nothing. I'm thinking. Gorath, McMuffin.
Yeah, what are you guys doing?
Gorath will. I mean, the last thing she said was something about a mirror. So Gorath will just walk up to the mirror and just like touch it.
Cool. And it's like a floor. It's taller than you. It's huge, which is specifically interesting because mirrors are not common.
Interesting.
And they're very expensive. But Gorath, you touch it, and your hand goes through it.
Gorath will laugh with glee and pull his hand out and be like, "I solved it!"
McMuffin digs into his bag. He pulls out a mirror. He has a silver mirror, Naven Mag, a long time ago.
For sure.
And he looks at it and says, he sort of puts his hand to the mirror part of it. Mm-hmm. Does it go through?
It does.
Wait a minute. How come it didn't go through before? He's just saying this out loud. He's just thinking. Now he's kind of annoyed.
No, as you say that, Yulia, are you holding the book?
I would assume so. She still has the book tucked under her arm as she's snooping.
Yep, cool. The book does. It's like a, like phone on vibrate, but it's kind of subtle. But like,
she pulls the book out and takes a look at it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So, and there's now a new page that says "Traveling by Mirror." And it basically says, I don't have it verbatim, but it goes on to it starts with traveling by mirror is something that that chronomancers and of various levels are able to do. It goes on to say, like, it's a little sketchy, it's a little dangerous, but it's very convenient. if you don't get lost. Good luck.
Yulia will share this change with the rest of the group and kind of inspect the mirror herself, walk over and kind of look it over.
Mm-hmm.
Muffin's going to go over to the bigger mirror, and he has his hand mirror, and he says, I wonder. He's going to put his hand through the mirror, his hand mirror, and he sort of feels around. Does he feel anything?
You don't. The hand mirror is probably... You can probably get, like up to your bicep, maybe? It's probably not bigger than that, right?
Yeah, sounds about right.
But you don't see your hand behind the mirror, right? Like, it looks like it just disappears. What's that?
Yeah. Muffin's going to pick up... Is there a rock or anything? Is there anything on the ground nearby?
I mean, there's probably not a rock, but you could find like a little, there's like various things. Like there's a vase probably, let's say, right next to you.
Yeah. Muffin's going to grab the vase and sort of try to shove it inside the mirror.
The little mirror?
Yes.
Big one. Oh, I thought you were at the big one. Never mind.
He has his own... a long time ago at the beginning of the campaign, he got a silver mirror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mag.
From Naven Mag. It has her initials on it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you pick up the vase specifically because it looks like it'll fit through, and you just kind of do you drop it, like hold the mirror sideways, or do you just huck it through? Like,
Drop it.
Cool. And it drops through, and you don't see it, and it doesn't break, as far as you can hear.
Muffin going to try and go to the bigger mirror. He's going to says, I'm going to see what's on the other side. He's going to push his head. He's going to push his head through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your head goes right through. And you're looking at this. It's kind of creepy and dark back there. You can see light coming from the distance. It's pretty dark, specifically around here. It has like it has a different vibe to it. It's got like a vibe like everything in there is almost like in a blue-gray tint, right? And like that's really all you can see. Like you can see to a certain amount of a little bit of distance, but you'd have to go in to get a better look.
Can you see the boss that he dropped at all?
You do not.
Okay. Muffin pulls his head back out, and he says to the group, "We are going to need many torches and many lights."
Torches and lights?
Yep.
Like fireflies?
Good question.
Yes.
Just saying, what other light accent? What do we have for light other than torches?
I'm making a reference to like Firefly. Oopsie.
Yulia begins looking around for a torch and just asks McMuffin what he saw.
Really dark. There's tinges of blue, and there's a light down all the way down in the darkness. Something tells me Naven Mag doesn't want us to get lost.
Or, I mean, she does. That's just... we don't have a huge amount of reason to particularly trust her.
But she hasn't killed us yet.
I mean, that's
Well-
true, I suppose. That's a pretty low bar, but yeah, I'll take it. Okay, so can we locate any torches? And if we can find any, I'd like some string or twine or something.
So there is a. I mentioned there's like a very ornate, like iron candle holder with many candles in it, like kind of at the center. Like overlooking the center of the room, and there's she loves candles. There's a number of candles. The candles at the there's no torches per se, but there's many like candles, and the candles are burning, and they've been burning for a while.
Okay.
And the candle specifically on the main ornate, there's probably like it's one of those like. There's candles all over it and all sticking in crazy cool. It's kind of like got a modern vibe to it, but it's iron, and the candles are burning currently, and they like other candles around the room are melting. These ones are not.
I'll take the non-melting candles for 700, Alex. All right, let's pick them up.
Are there any other light sources in this room beyond candles?
Windows and candles, and that's it. Yeah, there's nothing else.
Question: Is this?
Go ahead.
Say again?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Question: Is this room the one that we first saw Naven Mag in, or is it a different room entirely?
This is the same one.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go over to the window then. What does he see?
You can
Outside.
see a lot of forest. It doesn't look the same. Like you're trying to think back. Are we in the same place? Is the tower in the same place as it was before? Because it looked similar, right? Like it was in the middle of the forest, and you can't be sure. You could try to You could roll for it though. If
Well,
you want.
I will.
Yeah.
What do I roll?
Let's do intelligence because that's memory, right? You're trying to remember something. Yeah, you think this is a different spot.
Boom. 14. Yulia would know. I mean, if anyone.
Sure,
She would be able to recognize.
She's like, this is not the same spot we were in originally. So, and
She doesn't seem. Yeah, she doesn't seem too terribly surprised by this, but she'll go ahead and let the others know. Yep, we are definitely in a different place right now. This is not where we saw the tower initially.
And no sign of Gorov's bed.
Just a
Exactly.
pile of timber crushed underneath the tower.
Mm-hmm.
I missed that tent.
What about twine or string or yarn or literally anything that could be tied and used as sort of a marker for how to get back?
Oh, sure. Yeah, she has a huge ball of twine, like a weirdly large ball of twine in the, it's like basketball.
Yulia is
Muffin,
definitely yoinking
20
that.
feet.
Say again, McMuffin? What?
Yeah, McMuffin has 20 feet of rope.
Cool.
So,
Okay.
going through?
Yep, I think we're going through. We've got the candle holder and the candles. Yulia is going to find a place that seems secure to tie one end of the twine around before we enter the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll take the book with her as well.
Cool. So over on the wall, there are some weirdly they look kind of just big iron rings built into the stone that don't seem to have a purpose, but they're very close to a couple of short swords that are very blingy. You guys were really terrible at looting.
No, wait. We all go through? Because if that's the case, is there like anything?
I guess Gorath should have rolled perception.
Yeah. Also, while McMuffin, you're saying that your robe falls open again.
Oh man!
Just a reminder that all you're wearing is a robe.
Muffin's going to proceed to cover himself, and he's going to look around. Are there any clothes?
You take a look and you find what looks kind of like a closet, and there's plenty of like dresses in there.
Dresses?
Sure.
A nice frock.
Yeah.
Well, when McMuffin looks at the group, says, "Well, when in doubt, clothes." No one ever said. Mom always said it looked nice enough.
Naven Mag was kind of a 2. I think you might be more of a 17.
Well, we won't know until we try.
Fair enough. Are we rolling for that?
Rolling to fit clothes. I don't know what that would be.
I'm not sure we can. I'm not sure we can roll to fit clothes. I'm pretty sure those clothes don't fit.
Wait, did you roll to fit clothing? I got a 9. I got a 9 for perception around the room to see what else could be useful.
Oh yeah, I mean there's a couple weapons. Like a couple of really nice silver that look kind of like short swords. Might be able to throw those. Not sure. It's kind of in between a short sword and a dagger, maybe. Yeah, they're like. Well, one sec. I had this pulled up.
You two might want to grab the swords since you don't have any weapons.
It's a good
Suppose
question.
that is true. I forgot I left all my crap on the shore.
Yeah, you have nothing.
Okay.
You have your holy symbol. That's good enough.
I do have my holy symbol. I would definitely like a sword though. So I think
Same.
yeah, McMuffin and Yulia will grab the swords and split them.
Cool.
So yay.
I think we dropped all of our stuff. I mean, we don't even have any of our silver at all. We have nothing.
Nope.
You guys have nothing. Yeah, so that was your GM giving you a nice little hint before you go in the scary dark place that you might be thinking of arming yourself. Also, you see, it's kind of curious. It's a sling, but it's really ornate leather. It's like really cool, and there's like a bag of they're like shiny, like blue stones. They almost look like gems, but they're not. But they're really smooth and light. They weigh like nothing.
McMuffin's going to immediately, after putting his robe back on, immediately go and run over and grab it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he's going to grab that nice-looking slingshot.
Oh, man.
Also, a dagger around he can grab or anything?
You guys split basically a dagger short sword a piece, also in silver. Like, very nice. There were 2 of them.
Yep.
So 2 silver short swords.
Yeah.
At 2d, the damage is 2d6, and because they're silver, I imagine it'll have some other characteristic. Maybe.
Perhaps. We'll find out. Cool. So, yeah, you grab the sling, McMuffin, and what appear to... I mean, they look like they go together. Like, it's kind of a set. These interesting little rocks. Yeah, Naven, she's definitely of the minimalist vibe. There's a little bit of food. There's some rations, essentially. But these would be like nuts and berries and like maybe there's probably like a crust of bread, that kind of thing. And you're like, and as you're grabbing,
we'll grab that too.
Yeah, you're probably curious how she gets these things, but you don't know.
About how much rations would you say are there?
Oh, let's say a week's worth for one person. So I don't know, it's 7, 10.
So 3 days apiece.
Yeah.
I'll mark 3 days rations in my inventory.
You got breads. She would have nuts, dried fruits, probably some jerky, that kind of thing, or dried fish. She seems more of she might be more like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else. I rolled my...
Is there any armor? Because I'm assuming that... I know McMuffin pretty much gave away his musket and anything that was like metal. So all he has on him is like his water skin and the mirror and the card of Santo.
Okay. There is no armor. Her being a roll eyes time wizard, not really her thing.
Before we go into the strange mirror, could Yulia try her magical healing powers on me?
we can try that again.
Glad you remembered that.
We said it was 3d6. Take the top 2.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
9.
Good enough.
11, that actually is or wait, no. It's a 9, sorry.
Yeah.
Yep, it would be 9.
9 is standard healing, so that's 1d6 plus your level.
Yep.
Plus 5. Take
Not
8.
bad.
Oh, that's better.
Not
Mom?
bad. He's in the teens. So yeah, I mean, there's other like artwork, that look nice. You can snag them if you want.
McMuffin
Yeah.
take an art piece of artwork?
Yeah, let's say, well, you already threw away one of the vases. They're like there's bigger things like the pedestal that the book was on is like carved stone. So like that's gonna be a little heavy to be lugging around.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to take that with us.
Probably not. It's more like small knickknacks. Let's say there's probably like, some like, some gemstones like on a, like, like displayed, just like, you would like, this is like her knickknacks kind of thing. So let me pull up a random generator here. Let's do some loot. Because you guys don't get a lot of loot. I'm really stingy with that, I guess.
I want McMuffin to have a scroll. Just give him a magic scroll. He'll have fun.
There would
like a fireball. Scroll fireball.
Yeah, she would definitely have. Let's see. I'm going to do this. Yeah, so there are 6 gemstones, just like on display, like at various levels, that look like they're probably 10, 15 silver pieces apiece. Let's just do the horde. Let's do this. Boink.
How many gemstones total?
6.
6.
I mean, do we want to just split them?
Split them evenly?
Sure.
Yep.
You come across a tooled leather coin purse, inlaid with bronze, which is pretty cool. Itself is worth probably 200 silver pieces.
Sorry, a coin purse worth 100?
Worth probably 200 silver. It's inlaid with bronze. It's actually very ornate. In it, inside it there is 150 silver pieces.
I do need silver.
Mm-hmm. There's an interesting like it looks almost like it's like this getting back to McMuffins. It's kind of an artwork, but it kind of almost looks more like a pennant, almost like a banner flag, and it's made out of gold cloth.
McMuffin will be taking that.
Mm-hmm. Like you could roll that up. Yeah, you already got her mirror. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Yeah, I already have one, and I'm not. McMuffin's keeping that as a keepsake.
And you see, like there's a small bookshelf, but all the books are gone. But there is a scroll left behind that you could grab.
Yes.
You're not exactly sure what it
McMuffin will grab it.
says. Yep.
But what does it say though?
Roll me intelligence. Actually, we're doing a lot of intelligence today. You think it's a spell. You're not exactly sure what it is. But it seems like it might be a light spell. You can't tell.
Yulia's going to take a look at it.
Okay, cool.
What does an 11 net her?
11. You are like, yeah, that looks like a cantation that you would say and hold something, and it would illuminate it.
A scroll of illumination.
Mm-hmm.
So not a fireball.
Not a fireball. Someday.
Well, if you take a steel ball and then you cast it on it, it's kind of like a fireball.
It really is.
Suppose so. One day I'll get my wizard time.
I mean, yeah, if you start studying wizardry, maybe that'll all work out.
Muffin doesn't like reading that much that I'll do that. He just wants the flair of being a wizard, but not the actual work.
Cool.
So he wants to be Harry Potter.
Pretty much.
Cool. Yeah, and outside, you could. It kind of looks like, you know. I mean, she grabbed a lot of things in her bag of holding, but yeah, like, so this place is definitely has some stuff, but like that's really all you guys can find. I mean, there's larger objects, but you can't really take them. They're, like, you're not stealing her bed, probably.
Yeah. Probably
You
not.
wouldn't.
It's true. And she has a bag of holding, so she probably
Has one.
yeah. She has a bed in there. Yeah.
I figure for the 150 in the coin purse, we could split that 3 ways as well, just to be easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Up to
So
y'all.
that's 50 coins a piece. 50 silver. Add to your total.
Cool. So you guys have now. You're reasonably armed. You have some cash. And a book that, yeah, we'll see how that goes. So what's the plan? You've got string and rope. What are you guys thinking of doing?
Yeah, Yulia's definitely going to try and secure the string as best as she can. And she might even ask McMuffin for help, since he probably knows a little more about knots than she does. But just secures it to something that will reach through the mirror, and as she unwinds the string, it can lead them back there if they get lost. That's the idea, anyway.
Totally. That makes sense. Cool.
And then go through the mirror, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah. Muffin will tie the knot.
Okay.
Gorath will follow suit.
Right on.
All right. Through the mirror we go.
Yeah, cool. Who wants to go first?
Muffin will go first because he is excited. He wants to see what's out there.
Awesome.
Does he have a candle? No. Does he care? No.
Oh, you don't
assume.
even care about the candle?
No, we're taking the candle and the candelabra or whatever it's in, the candle holder.
Oh, yeah, we are. But he's not holding it.
Oh, well, I would assume if he's going first, he might want it.
Oh, well, he holds it and he takes it. And he just starts walking.
Cool.
Quick pace.
He's just running into the mirror. Cool.
Yep.
So I imagine McMuffin is just going to be like, you take the candle, and like you probably like flick it around in your hand really quick, just to test it, and you see it just does not go out. And as you said, I imagine you are just like, you turn to the other people, to the other two, and you say, "Welp," and like immediately, like just jump through, like leaving them behind.
Pretty much it. He's like,
you got the candle and the string, and are you holding the string as well, or has Yulia got it? I'm going to say you don't even have it. Probably, you didn't say you did.
Yulia has it. She'll go after McMuffin though.
And then, yeah, you probably even like turn to Gorath with that like rolling your eyes look. Like, okay.
You know me so well.
And Yulia, how do you go through?
Not quite as enthusiastically as McMuffin, but she doesn't. She's not afraid. She's just like, all right, what fresh hell is around this corner, and just takes a step in and disappears.
Cool. Yeah,
I have a sword out and ready.
Yep, that's smart. Hopefully, you don't stab anyone as you go through.
Well, I don't have it. I have it like brandished, like in a swing, not like out in front of me, like I'm gonna combat my people.
And how do you go through? Are you gingerly going through? You just pop it, or are you just walking nonchalantly?
Just walking through.
Cool. And you probably just like walk through, and you're probably like doing the like as you go through, you're kind of giggling because you're like, I'm
I walk through.
And you probably bump into Yulia, who had like dipped a toe in, make sure there's a foothold, and is now like, oh yeah, I got my bounce, and then boom. Yeah, like
boom.
Gorath
Half
bops
orc.
into you. And way up ahead, you can see McMuffin just like, you can mostly see like his candle, and like he looks like I'm going to assume like very like a giddy school boy, like looking around, seeing if there's walls and stuff, that sort of thing.
No.
Yeah, pretty much.
Gorath has dark vision, so he's gonna
Yeah, he doesn't care.
do perception.
9. Cool. So, I mean, Gorath, to you, this looks kind of like, it's interesting, right? Like it kind of has a dreamlike vibe, right? Like it's kind of hard to describe. So there are definitely blue and gray tones. As you see people, their outline is kind of like, it's almost twitchy, like, and almost like, it's almost like there's a little bit of a stream off it, like movement kind of tracks a little bit, like almost like a bad video game maybe or something. So it's just you can tell you're in a different place, right? Like, this is weird. As far as you can see, you can see like light sources. It almost looks like you're looking at stars, but they're just closer, right? Like, you can see them a little bit better. They're not like pinpoints, but they're like, some of them are off in the distance, and they trail off. But you can see that it's kind of an open space. It's almost like there's an obvious path, and then it diverges. And not only that, it goes up and down, right? Like, it almost looks like there's, and they're all like steps, kind of. Like, some are stone, some are just dirt paths, that kind of thing. And you see, like, just because you can see a little bit, especially you can see very well, but like not super far. But that's what you're seeing is like, and everything is, yeah. It just looks. It has a dreamlike quality where you can see stuff, but you don't get the full essence of it. Like, you can't. It's not crisp in your mind, right? Like, it's shadowy. I'm struggling to describe it. I can see it in my mind, but I'm struggling to explain it to you guys. But that's how I see it.
Not quite real. Just something, hard to
Yeah, there's
grasp
something
about it.
dreamlike about it, almost, right?
Okay.
Do Yulia and McMuffin share this affect?
Yes, everyone sees the same thing. I mean, Yulia, you're with the candle, so you're not seeing quite as far. You can see in front of you. McMuffin, you're further up. It definitely is clear to you. Like, you can see things getting closer. That sort of thing. I mean, it's off-putting enough that you probably slowed down, but you're very excited about it still, right? Like, you're like, yes. Oh, maybe I should take this a little more serious, kind of thing. It has
I think I might have lost more blood than I thought.
Yeah, Gorath is like, am I tripping? What's going on?
I didn't drink any booze back there, did I?
The wolf smashed it all.
Oh, yeah.
It's painful
Sorry,
memories.
Gorath. Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, Yulia will tug at the twine just to make sure it's holding, and then she will proceed up to where McMuffin is standing.
Yeah,
and
so
sort
Yulia,
of look around.
You're like holding a basketball size thing of twine, right? That's cool. Probably in one arm, and the candle in the other, right?
Probably.
McMuffin, what do you want to do? You're up front. You see the others come in.
Now, is there a mirror from where we came from?
Yes. Oh, exactly. Cool. So you guys look back, Gorath, because you're the only one that thought of that. You look back through, and you can see the room from here. It's
That's
like,
interesting.
yeah, it's like you'd expect, right? Like, just like it's a little bit hazy, but like you can see through it, and you can see the room.
Cool.
Muffin's going to grab the mirror he had, the mini mirror, and he's going to put he's going to put it down and put his free hand in it. Where does the mirror? How does that? What happens when he does that? Like, where does his hand appear?
So, yeah, it's weird. So it still disappears, like it's going to another place. So, and it seems like you're like, because you're on the mirror side of the mirror. Like your hand can't see through it. So like you could try to squish your face up into it, but like I don't think you could get through. Right? Like your head won't fit through this thing.
Can one of his eyes fit through?
That's what I mean. Like you can't really. You're like, I wonder. So you're imagining somewhere possibly in this maze of craziness, your arm is just sticking out somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. It has to be somewhere in this place.
Yeah.
Because if there's an entrance, that means there's an exit. Or that means there's another place that there's the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
No, the Muffin's going to try to, like, put his face close to the mirror to see if he can see anything.
Okay. Just roll me a plain 2d6.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool. You
Nice.
can squish your face up enough close to it, like get your cheek out of the way. Like you can see through it. You get your eye through it, and you're looking into basically the world you're in, right? Like it looks like that as far as you can tell. So you just can't tell where you are. You see more, like you're probably closer to other mirrors. Like you can see like other light sources, but that's all you can see. Like you can't really tell where you are because it all kind of looks weird.
Can I see, like, what angle, at least? Like, am I at top, or am I below? Am I to the right or left? Or is it just impossible to tell which angle I'm from?
Yeah, it is impossible to tell. Like, because, like, you see other light sources, so that's curious to you, right? Like, you should probably go check that out. But you can surmise from this that you can see, like, mirrors. You need to be able to fit through the mirror to get through a mirror, but clearly you can stick your hand through it.
All right. McMuffin's going to pull his face away from the mirror, and he's just going to put the mirror away. He's going to keep going before telling the group that we should probably just keep walking. There doesn't seem to be much around.
Okay. Yulia makes Gorath hold the candle holder and the candles while she kind of unwinds the twine as they walk, and they go up and start looking for another mirror to go through.
Cool. So you guys are kind of together again, walking closely together. Yulia is doing the stringing, and Gorath and McMuffin are holding candles. Which are helping. I mean, but you can definitely see light sources in front of you, right? Like, cool. And so you're walking along, and you definitely see, like, you're probably headed towards the closest light source that is getting larger and larger, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Are you guys walking cautiously? Or are you walking just kind of like...
I mean, I imagine Yulia is. Maybe not the other two. I don't know.
McMuffin is, he sort of looks around the space and there's no one here, so he's going to not be cautious and sort of call out, is anyone there?
And you get no response.
McMuffin looks back at Yulia and says, we're good.
She looks skeptical and just continues walking behind them, unrolling the twine, looking around, trying to see what's, if there's anything to worry about.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And you guys don't see anything? There are some distant noises that are hard to kind of make out, like like as you're talking, it's definitely like your voices feel kind of cavernous, even though it doesn't. You're not specifically in a cave. It's just darkness. It seems like darkness forever that goes into blackness, except where these things are. It's just like it's a weird place, right? Like there's nothing to equate it to exactly. The best thing to equate it
sort
to
of
is
a black void.
It's a little bit like a void, except like it sounds different than it looks almost, but the best way you could possibly think of it is kind of like a dreamscape, right? Like you're kind of nothing is exactly sharp and in focus. Everything is kind of got a gray wash to it. And that's it. You can hear the sounds of, you're walking on stone, so you can hear your feet and that sort of thing. Nothing too crazy. It's just like it's remarkable to you that it's just different than anything you're used to.
Well, Gorath will definitely want to keep moving towards the nearest light source.
Yep,
Cool.
I imagine we continue.
Cool. So you guys walk for a while. Not too long. And it's clear as you get closer, you're walking up to another mirror. Right? Like the back side of the mirror. This one also, it's about, the size of a plate. So not big enough to get through. What do you want to do? Do you want to, you're not quite there yet, but how do you want to approach this thing?
I want to peer through it.
Yeah. Cool. So you just kind of bump up against it, walk right up to it?
I'll walk right. I mean, can we see anything through it, like through to the other side?
Yes. Cool. So you guys go up to it, probably all together. So whatever. But Gorath is leading the charge because he called it out. You look through, and it looks like you're you're in a sitting room, right? Like someone's bedroom. It looks like a fairly you're looking through, and there you can see you look down, and you can see makeup items, like brushes, like rouge, that kind of thing. So it looks like you're at a sitting table of a woman's sitting table mirror, and in the back. Yeah, yes. So, sorry, I'm terrible at this. Not owning one of these. Actually, I guess I do own one of these, but I don't know. I don't use it. Yeah, in the background, you see a big feather bed. It looks very posh, very nice. There's nobody in the room currently.
Gorath is. I rolled to see if Gorath. He's out of vanity, and his immediate thought is there anything valuable?
Yeah, and there is. There's a gold box right there.
Gorath totally takes it.
Yep, cool. So you stick your arm through, and you grab the box, and you can pull it through, and you do.
Nice.
This is great. Gorath is just... I imagine it like, I've now created a new income source. But the box is nice. Let me... hold on, I'm rolling. Oh, man, it's very nice. So, yeah, this box is definitely worth, like, 200 silver, at least. Inside, there's a necklace. Let's see. It is made of... Oh, it's amethyst. Sweet. 100 silver for sure. There's a coral brooch for... and you're going to have to write this down because I'm not going to remember this.
I've got it, yep.
Coral brooch, another 100 silver for sure. And then a couple of just like loose gemstones, probably only like 20 silver. Like there's 3 of them. And
How many?
3.
3 and how much?
15 silver. They're uncut. They're small. Yeah. And there's a ring. It looks like a signet ring. And it has...
Gorath will see if the ring fits on one of his fingers.
Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, not even on your pinky. It's not even big enough for your pinky ring. And it has a deer on it. Is the signet.
Interesting.
Gorath
Interesting.
will turn to Yulia and be like,
I got you something from the place.
Does that signet or the symbol look familiar at all to Yulia?
It does not.
Okay.
No, it's just somebody's signet ring. Just then, you hear like a small, like, not a commotion, but like a noise coming from the room. And you see a maid coming in, making the bed.
Oh, McMuffin's going to, how big is this mirror?
About the size of a plate, like a dinner plate.
Okay. McMuffin's going to look, and what is the maid doing? She's just cleaning up?
Making the bed.
Nah.
Like,
Muffin's going to...
go ahead.
No, he's just going to watch. He's waiting to see, because he has an idea.
Interestingly, you can hear the noises from the room. She's like, fluffing pillows and, throwing out the sheets. She's probably singing a little, like humming to herself, just like some sort of song.
What song? Can I tell?
Roll me intelligence. You're just you're all the memory today, McMuffin. Usually you're the wisdom.
it's What's Love by Tina Turner.
Yulia immediately looks distraught, though. She's like, oh no, this poor maid is going to be blamed because all of this stuff went missing.
That's totally possible. McMuffin, you do recognize the song. It's like a classic. It's not from Hisfilet necessarily, but it's known in Hisfilet.
Okay. McMuffin's going to,
You can't remember the name of the song, though. It's bugging you now. It's going to bug you for a while.
Oh, that's fine. It's fine. McMuffin's going to hum along kind of quietly.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to, have her hear it, but, also not get caught.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Trying to prank someone.
And you get no response from her. She doesn't seem to hear you, at least.
Muffin's going to put his face against the plate, and he's going to try to do it again.
I mean, that plate. Yeah, you can definitely get your. Oh, you want your face to show up on the other side?
Yes.
Yeah, you can get your face. What are you specifically trying to do?
Trying to hum along.
Okay. She hears your hum and screams, and she sees your face in the mirror.
Muffin
and runs.
Oops! Wait, come back! I'm not actually all that scary. How does the room look? Is there like any names in the room at all?
There's no name specifically. Like if you're trying to just get a vibe of it, definitely some money in this. Clearly, there's a lot less money now. but this is kind of a posh, nice place. You can tell, like, it's the classic, like, really nice poster bed frame, you know, fairly large. Clearly, you know, maid staff, that kind of thing. So, probably, you might guess, like noblish, maybe not, but you know, merchant, something like that. Someone with money.
McMuffin's going to pull his head out, and he's just going to look to the group too and say, "Well, I scared a maid, and I don't know who that family is, but honestly, the rich snobs, they'll be okay."
Mm-hmm.
Gorath wants to. When he was in, did he see like lipstick or any kind of makeup like that?
You definitely see some rouge and some like pancake, I guess. Yulia, I'm gonna have you help me out. I don't think lipstick necessarily. You know, they would have had like lip coloring though, I imagine, right?
Maybe. I don't know,
man. Like I don't know. So yes, you see some rouge / like, you know, they would put that on their cheeks, and they would definitely have not like a tube of lipstick, but lipstick, like, you know, to make their lips
just
red, I guess.
Pigment or whatever.
Yeah, pigment.
Gorath would want to reach through and like dab his finger in it and then write this.
Thanks. In common, I imagine.
Oh, we're doing this now, huh? We're going to follow suit then.
So how are you writing that on the mirror? Your hand goes right through.
Not on the mirror. I was gonna put it on the desk of the vanity or something.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
Yeah. So you put your whole shoulder in there because it's a stretch, and you dip your finger. And Robin Hood was here. That takes you a minute, but you get it done. Yeah, sure.
It's terrible grammar.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll pull his arm out and be giggling like a 13-year-old boy.
Sure.
McMuffin's going to proceed and do something similar, but he's going to get some of the whatever, the paint or whatever it is, and he's going to draw a butt on the vanity. He's feeling silly.
Nice.
Oh God.
Once he's done, he sort of holds up a hand to Gorath, says, "Good work."
Nice.
And yeah, you guys like high five and get rouge all over your hand. It's nice.
You want to try, Yulia?
Yulia's just shaking her head and just turns and starts walking away.
Exactly like that. I don't know who this is. That the starfish? I don't know who that is, but I know
Patrick. Patrick
Okay.
Star.
I'm guessing Patrick is Gorath in this.
Yeah, I would say so.
Pretty much.
That is startlingly accurate. Patrick
Cool.
and McMuffin.
Question: Can we take? Is the plate like attached to the wall?
No, it's just the size of it.
Oh, can we take it?
You can't take the mirror exactly from this angle. I mean, if you were in the other side, you could just take it off the wall or wherever it is. But like, how do you reach through and grab something and then pull it through itself? I guess is my point.
Is there anything else in the vanities area that I'm in that I can grab?
I don't, because it's like, I'm just like, where, how? No, everything else is out of reach, I think.
Gorath will reach through the mirror and grab the edge of the mirror and yank the mirror off the wall.
Yeah, how would that work? Let's see. You reach through.
Strength check?
Okay, so I could see you doing, like, you would reach through, your hand would touch, like, you know, it probably is, like, attached to the wall, right? You could rip it off and, like, hold it by your hand, and then, like, but there's nothing to pull it through, like, you can't get it specifically.
Well, Gorath is thinking of covering his escape. So his idea is to like yank it off the wall and have the mirror break.
Oh yeah, you can drop it. Cool. That's what you want to do?
Yeah.
Right on. So yeah, you grab the top, you know, like it feels like it's in a frame to you. It's round, but it's like it feels like maybe a wood frame, and you yank it off the wall. And so now you're like moving, like, so the light and the hole that you're sticking through is like moving. You're like, weird. And you throw it, you just like, you know, push it forward and open your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And right simultaneously you hear it break and the light is gone. The window is gone.
Good job.
Yeah.
I'm
successful.
going to regret this. I have a strange feeling that we're going to regret this decision. I think we should keep moving.
Cool. Anybody else? That's all you got?
If the mirror's on the table now, then I guess so.
Well,
Yeah.
We will,
There's one less light.
Yep. Gorath will hurry to the next source of light.
Cool.
Let's go steal some more things.
So you want to
What?
scamper on? You're scampering down. Like, are you running fast?
Not fast, but brisk.
Scampering. I every time Gorath moves, I envision you scampering. Just like a giddy, like clapping your hands together and kind of like just running forward, like it's a balloon. Like you're like more balloons.
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, so there are other light sources. Yeah, summer's like you can see like summer as you're getting further, and as you look back, you can start to gauge like the size of these things from a distance because like you know that plate light you could see it from a distance, but it wasn't very big. When you looked back, you saw the full mirror that you came through is now plenty of light coming through that right from the rear. That, but you're far from that now. But like as you were, I'm just like you know as you were going, you're starting to get the idea of this. Yeah, cool. You run up, you scamper up. Is the rest of the party following you?
Muffin is.
Cool.
Yep, we're going.
And the next light is further down, and you see, you kind of come to a Y, but the Y is, it's not like, there's a higher road that looks like it goes further up, and then there's the straight. Did you want to go just to the nearest light?
Yeah.
Cool. Then that's straight. So cool. You're going straight. And you guys get to it. No problem. And this is a square mirror. It's a little larger. You could probably squeeze through it. It's not the size of a window, but like a small. Yulia could fit through it. I'm pretty sure. Gorath probably not.
Okay.
McMuffin probably not either. Like, it would be a tight squeeze. It's
No, tries.
It's like, yeah, it's a couple. How big would it be? Oh, yeah, like 2x3 maybe feet, maybe something like that. It'd be a tight squeeze. It's like a. It's the size of my bathroom window. Good luck getting through that. If only you knew how big that was. And as you approached it, you heard music coming from it. The sound of violin.
What do we see through the mirror without poking our head through?
You see a woman playing violin. It appears that she's practicing in the mirror. She's decent, but she's practicing in the mirror, and just you can kind of gather that she's like watching her hand, like she's trying to improve her technique. Probably, you ascertain that she is practicing and using the mirror for that. In the same way, like golf people look at their swing or whatever, right? Like they would take movies of their swing, that kind of thing.
Well, I mean, I would ask if we can tell where she is exactly, but I don't even know where we're supposed to be going. So, and I don't know that Yulia necessarily knows how to look at somebody's architecture and furniture to determine where they are. So,
yeah, and this one again, this one would be. It looks like you can almost see. There's definitely a light source. Like she is sitting near a window somewhere, but you can't see the window. It looks more like a normal room. That's what you can see, like almost a parlor. It is probably also a sitting room, but the other kind of sitting room, like a parlor room, where like. Actually, yeah, I would say that. There's some seating and a large harp. It looks like maybe this is the music room.
Gorath will take a silver piece and chuck it through the mirror.
Cool. You do that, and she's fairly close to the mirror, right? And it drops on the floor, and she's like, and she turns her head to one side and she stops playing, of course, bends down for a second and trying to find it, picks it up, sits back up, stares at it, in her hand. She puts her violin down. And then she looks at the mirror and then back at it. And then she kind of looks around the room, trying to find out where the hell that came from.
While her back's turned, he's going to throw another silver piece.
Cool. And she sees this one.
Is laughing at that.
She sees this one. She doesn't see where it comes from because her back's turned. And it rolls under like a small a chair, and so she gets down on all four because she saw it roll under there. Finds it, picks it up, and looks behind her. Then looks up. And now she's like, she backs herself up to the wall and is like looking straight, like not specifically at the mirror, but towards the mirror, like the wall that the mirror is on.
And then this time Gorath will take one of the silver pieces and he'll like put it on like the bottom of the square of the mirror, like right on the edge of it, and just slowly slide it through.
So, does she see your finger?
I'm trying to not show my finger.
Got it. Cool. So all she sees from her side is a silver piece come through the mirror and drop onto the floor. At which point, she does not go to get it. Now she's looking directly... Looks like she's looking directly at you.
What would you say her state of mind is?
I would say what was curious before is now fear.
Gorath, this might be a good time to go. You don't want to scare the nice lady.
Also,
she needs to practice
you're down
her violin.
3 silver.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I've marked it every time.
And like this, like the silence and the time passes. She jiggles the 2 coins in her hand and then looks back at the mirror and just like looks over at the she looks into like the light source. You can't see it from this angle. Like she might, want to go that way, get away from this thing.
Gorath will chuckle and look. This time, Gorath wants to look for a mirror that is suitably big enough to get through.
Cool.
Wait, did the woman leave the room?
No, she switches the coins to her offhand, her left hand. And you can see she's slowly and almost, she crouches a little and slowly and is putting her hand out, and she quickly grabs the violin and runs away.
The moment she runs away, he's going to put his face in the mirror and say, can you have the gold back, please? And then he's going to pull away.
And she's gone. As far as you can tell, she's probably on the other side of a wall. And she heard you.
Panic breathing.
Well, shall we keep going then?
Let's go terrorize some more people and take their stuff.
Onward!
Awesome. Cool. So, yeah, you guys are, like, walking through this, and you see, like, you'll stop and take a peek at it. Some, like, one of them looks like it's a pocket mirror, like it's tiny, right? And it looks like it's in someone's pocket. So you keep going. Unless you want to, like, poke their pocket, I guess.
Yeah, McMuffin's going to just put his finger in.
And all you feel is like cloth, like it might be a purse, or you can't really tell.
He's gonna like keep poking because he's kind of feeling this is kind of fun.
Cool, poke away, sir. It's really hard to tell where this is. It could be. Yeah, it's very small. It's like the size of, I don't know, like, it's like 3 inches, just like a small little pocket thing, probably.
Can the tip of his shorts fit through it?
Yeah.
We can't hear you, babe.
Sorry, Yulia. I'm pretty
How
sure
about now?
No.
she
there
was
we go.
probably chastising you
Okay.
guys.
Yeah.
I don't
What was-
I don't know exactly when I cut out, but I just wanted to know: are there other mirrors close enough around that Yulia can just sort of scout ahead and see what there is?
You could. I mean, they're all kind of distanced from each other. Like none are super
Okay.
close. There's a section that looks like more populated that heads like downward, down some stone steps.
Okay.
It's very weird. Like
Close.
this is like you're walking kind of through this weird, like almost maze of like little lights, right? Like, and some are up a ladder, and some are across a rope bridge. You know, like it's just very rando. You know, like. They don't, but there seems to be like a culmination, at least a bigger source of light coming from below. A path that goes down, let's say.
Is McMuffin done poking around in somebody's pocket, purse,
He's sticking
whatever?
his sword through there.
Yeah, he's not trying to hurt anyone.
No, he's
Yeah.
just poking a sword, and God only knows where.
Exactly. And
God
so
only knows where.
your sword cuts right through the material. And that's all that happens. Like you like, yeah, I don't know. What exactly did you want to do?
McMuffin's just cross-clasped
Hoping to see
as a cut
something.
purse.
Yeah, so you cut a hole in the cloth and you're trying to peer through. And you can probably, you can get like 2 fingers there and spread the hole a little. And it just looks like, you might be in a pair of pants on the floor. Right? Like, or some clothing, and you're at floor level. And it's weird to you. It's a little off-putting because the hole is not on the floor, right? Like the hole is like at like almost chest level, right? Like, and you're sticking your hands through there, and you're looking at a floor.
Interesting. McMuffin sort of pulls away and says, I'm over it. On to the next.
Brian, have you ever played a game called Portal, or have watched anyone play it?
No.
You should look up some videos or something, because it's a game, it's a puzzle game, and it kind of plays with this whole physics thing of you open a portal on one side and you go through it, and it can put you in totally different, it's hard to describe. It's kind of playing with this idea that we're doing right now, though. So
Cool.
Anyway, I'll see if I can find something.
I've got it marked. Portal on Steam. I can
Okay.
take a peek at it. Yeah. Looks fun.
Anyway, okay. Shall we let's...
What did you guys want to do?
I think Yulia kind of wants to make her way to the you said there was sort of a brighter central light heading down.
Yeah, there's definitely something more of the same, but like it's a brighter light, like you can see further, it seems like.
Well, unless anybody else has a direction they'd like to go, I vote that way.
That way works for me.
Same here.
All right.
Cool. How do you guys want to do it? Are you kind of over the giddiness and now you're just kind of like casually walking? Or how are we doing this?
Yeah, I think the initial nervousness is kind of worn off, so now we're just progressing slowly but surely.
And maybe at a reasonable pace because you're like, I just want to see this next thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who's leading the way? Like,
I think Yulia is.
I think you. I
Yeah.
think Yulia got sick of their shenanigans a little sooner, and so she's probably in the lead.
for sure. Cool. Cool. Well, you're walking, and you definitely see a lot. There's a good more percentage of lights in the distance down here. So you're walking down some stone steps. I don't know. It might be like, think of it. It kind of vibes like maybe 2 stories, and you're going down. Cool. And there's definitely, it's a little different down here because you start seeing like shimmering. Oh, it's hard to say exactly what it is. Like it's almost like, it seems like there's like mirror dust or something, like shiny dust on, like covering the walls down here. And it's brighter, right? Like the light is more intense from the mirrors because there's this like reflective dust on the walls. It's weird.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you guys keep going, I assume? You're just walking down?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep.
It's reflective enough where, like, you can see a little bit more into the darkness. And you see something move up ahead of you.
Oh, God. How far away?
100 feet.
And does it just disappear immediately when I try to look at it?
Yeah.
Julia stops and, like, tugs on Gorath's arm, like, Gorath, do you see anything up ahead?
What did you see?
I don't know, it was something moving, and considering our recent experiences, I'd like you to see if you could see anything.
Nope.
I don't see anything.
She looks reassured, but not probably all that much. So I guess she'll continue walking, but she'll be on high alert. What about the noises that we heard earlier that weren't just the echoing footsteps or whatever? Is there any sound that I can hear or we can hear?
Give me a wisdom perception check. Let's see what you hear.
Okay. 2, actually. 8.
Mm-hmm. You hear like it's very distant, like just kind of like an occasional, like what you could almost, given what you've already seen, maybe it's just like random sounds from behind the other sides of the mirrors.
Okay.
But there's also, you just heard it. It's just kind of like it's like it sounded like almost like someone shaking a bag of glass for a second, like broken glass.
Oh dear. Yeah, I think Yulia's just on edge enough to not completely discount that. So she's gonna sort of put the ball of twine just in the one hand and get her sword just out and ready and proceed. There's not a whole lot else we can do except proceed.
Yep. Cool. Cool. So you guys are walking along. You're still a ways away from what looks like a fairly big mirror. But, like you have a little bit of walking to get to. I don't know what it would be like. It's, maybe 100 yards, like a football field away. And at some point, the ground gets very sticky. There's even more like mirror dust. And like just the path, like you have to like pull your boot away, to continue. So it's going to and it looks like it continues for a little bit. It's sticky here. And when you pull your boot away, like the soles of your boot glisten a little, right? Like it's getting this sticky mirror dust on you, yeah.
Interesting. Well, thank goodness that's not ominous or anything. All right.
Yep.
Let me roll. I think it would be wisdom, not intelligence. A 9 again. Does this look... I mean, has Yulia ever read anything about this? Does she have any idea what this could be?
No. Like... Okay. You're sure you've never heard of traveling by mirror before, right? Like, and so... what about the book itself that Yulia has from Naven Mag? Okay.
I think she'll stop and see if any new pages have appeared in the book, just relating to where we are, what we're doing.
I see. Okay. So you just thumb through again, flip through it?
Yeah, just to see if any new information has popped up, because it popped up when Gorath interacted. Yeah. Cool.
So you thumb through the only thing you notice is there's no new information like that you see, but the traveling by mirror page is now also gone. The only thing you see in there is the how to make tea.
Well, that's good. At least we have the important information.
Yes.
Right? Well, it was worth a shot.
I mean, she did tell you everything you need to know is in that book.
Yep. We just... Yep. Gotta make the perfect tea.
It really, really is very important life lesson. Yeah, what do you guys want to do?
So
in doubt, that's the approach.
We have the impression that it's getting stickier and stickier and harder to move as we go forward.
That is the impression you get. Yeah. At first, you thought you stepped on gum. You're like, meh. You keep walking, and it's just like, what's going on? It's like walking on like two-sided tape.
And the exit sort of, not the exit, but the light that's really bright is down that pathway.
Yeah, the next big light you can see looks about, still like 50 yards in front of you. Half a football field.
McMuffin looks at Gorath. Gorath, how far could you throw me?
I don't know. How much do you weigh?
Let's see. McMuffin thinks about it from that. Wait, maybe 150 pounds? 160?
I could probably get you, I don't know, actually.
Well, you won't know until you try.
You want me to throw you through the mirror, or what?
Probably as close as you can to the mirror. Help save time instead of walking through this gum.
How far away is the mirror?
50 yards.
Say again?
50 yards.
50 yards.
Give or take.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna have trouble getting you that far.
Your Gorath is strong. Can't you do it?
Well, if you really want me to do it,
this will be perfectly fine.
I was about to use a football reference that you guys are probably too young for. Like I was going to say, I mean, he's no Vinny Testaverde.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know anybody new because I'm done with football. Vinny could throw a football like 60, 70 yards.
So my strength is +3.
It's pretty strong.
Gorath will shrug and be like, "All right."
What could go wrong with this?
Am I rolling this? I'm assuming this is not an advantaged roll.
You have +3 strength.
I don't know how we'd make it.
And I have athletics.
Athletics. This is really kind of the strength roll, right? I'm not sure athletics plays in.
Yeah. So 2d6. Okay.
Question: could my lucky have you re-roll if like you get a poor roll, or is it only for myself?
I think that's only for you.
Damn. Oh well.
All right. Well, Gorath will grab McMuffin by like the scruff and pants if he has any.
He does
and,
not.
Like, do. Okay, then Gorath will grab McMuffin by his ankles, yank them up so that Gorath falls to his back, and begin to spin.
Oh yeah, solid maneuver. Let's
roll con to see if I get sick.
Just hammer throw.
This is awesome.
Or no, discus. There we go.
Whoa!
Get sick.
Pretty good. Okay, we're gonna do this. Hold on. Okay. That's a sweet roll, and you let him go. Whoosh. McMuffin actually goes like 20 yards. It's pretty good. Like that's like 20 yards is a lot. No, actually I rolled 3. 30 yards. He gets almost halfway, like over halfway there. McMuffin, roll me a 2d6. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
You land fine. I'm going to say, let's see, the trajectory. You're not hurt by this, but you're like spinning in the air, and you land on your side. It hurts a little, but you're not damaged. And you are stuck to the ground, big time.
Can I make a strength check to like get out?
Sure. Yeah. That's
okay.
Cool. And what are you doing, Yulia?
That is an excellent question, other than just looking mortified.
He asked me to do it!
In my mind, Gorath is like, what? You signed off on this with your silence.
You can't argue with that.
You guys are stuck to the floor. Do you want to get to him, or like what do you want to do?
I mean, if he's stuck to the floor, then we're probably going to get stuck to the floor going after him.
Yeah. Well, he landed and rolled in sticky goop, and is now like you guys are just touching with the boots. You can probably pull free, but it's going to take you a second to get there.
Do I need to go get him, Yulia?
I would hold off for just a second. We don't really have any, what's what I'm looking for? Reagents or anything like that. Nothing that we can test the dust with.
I mean, you have a candle.
We do have a candle. Ooh. Yulia will definitely grab the candle from Gorath. Just give me that real fast. I gotta see something. and sort of hold it down to the dust goo stuff and see if it lights on fire.
Oh dear.
Cool.
This could be really bad.
Didn't you learn from our last session when I exploded myself?
I'm trying to think, Yulia, in your opinion, with your own action, would you be? Is it good or bad if it lights on fire?
It's bad if it spreads, but I would hope that we're still back far enough that it's still patchy. So I would want to sort of test it out on a patch that isn't really connected. But yeah, I just want to see if it reacts, if at all.
Cool. It definitely burns a little. It sizzles even. Doesn't go very far, but like where you place around the candle, it definitely burns.
And for McMuffin, is it your clothing that it's stuck to, or is it your skin? I mean, has your skin made contact?
I will answer that. Because as he was thrown, his robe came open, and he stuck to his skin.
Oh dear.
And robe. Yep. So, McMuffin is naked. Thankfully, he is stuck with his backside on the ground. This is important.
Gorath will take his hand and like dab his finger into some of the goo so that it gets onto his finger. And he'll then he's got a jug of wine. He's going to pour a little bit of wine on it and see if that does anything.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And that doesn't seem to have any effect. It just like you're rubbing your fingers together, and it might have a little less tackiness. It might destickify a little bit.
Okay. Gorath will now taste it.
Cool. It tastes like almost like weird, crunchy, candied sugar. Like, yeah, but it doesn't taste. Yeah, it tastes almost like that's about it. Candied sugar with little like crunchies in it.
Well, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm out of ideas. Sorry, McMuffin. We're just gonna go this other way.
Leaving him behind.
I'm joking.
Come back, please.
No. Oh fuck! I don't really.
With clothes.
You stay here, Yulia. I'll go get him.
Yeah, you'll just get stuck
can you
too.
Please bring my clothes.
I'm very strong.
Please.
Roll me a.
I'd really rather not see.
McMuffin, roll me 1d6. Let's see where this robe is. Did you just roll? I didn't even see it. 4? Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hush.
I'm going to say the robe is partially covering you. But, you're still stuck to the bed. And so, Gorath, you're trying to trudge to him, and I imagine as you're going, it's getting a little more sticky. And you're it's slow because you got to keep pulling your boots. I'm assuming you wear boots or feet. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I've got weird the strap sandal things.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Uh-oh. We're losing you. Cool. And as you guys are talking back and forth, and as Gorath is pulling, you're concentrating on pulling your legs out of this thing and getting to him. Maybe Yulia, you're the first to notice this. But a very large, like it looks like it's made. It's almost metallic. It's shiny. Spider drops out of nowhere, basically right next to. Actually, because you're standing up, you probably watched this thing come down, Muffin. You see a spider coming right towards you on a line, on a web.
Guys, it's coming towards McMuffin or Yulia.
It's dropping right on top of McMuffin.
Oh God.
And also, that's where we're going to end today.
No. Oh God. Giant spiders, just what every game needs.
Yep. Giant
It's hilarious.
candy spiders.
It's hilariously. It is. It's hilariously topical because of the spider I had to kill today. That is purely a coincidence.
Sure, you didn't just make on the spot.
I wish I was that smart, but like I actually had that planned. Weirdly.
Awesome. That was. You just gotta love giant spiders. That's just it's a staple. I don't know that I've played a fantasy role playing game in ever that didn't have at least one giant spider fight in it.
You gotta have them. Yeah.
You really.
Had one yet?
No. Yeah.
You'd have to tell me, Gorath. Do they have a giant spider fight somewhere in the Witcher series?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I figured they have them all over Dragon Age.
I mean,
They even have like space spiders in Mass Effect.
They do.
I was trying to envision something appropriate for the. This is almost like a world, right? Like
Well, yeah, and honestly, as soon as you said it was sticky, I was like, "Oh fuck, here we go." Just wait, just wait. It's a spider.
it's good stuff. It's a mirror spider, though.
Mirror spider. Yeah. I don't think
Maybe.
we've ever come across a mirror spider. That would be interesting. It would be. I would say it would be better if Yulia had any of her things on her other than the short sword, but I don't think she had anything that was particularly useful for this anyway. Scroll of detect poison, some rations, a water skin, and some money and stuff, and a pistol. Pistol would be nice.
Yeah. I mean, pants would be nice, right, McMuffin?
I would love pants. That'd be so nice.
Just if it makes you feel better, I'm
And
going to say
heard
that robe.
things-
I'm going to say that robe is an elaborate robe, at least.
Very fancy.
Cool. That was a fun one. It was like, yeah. I was leaving kind of up to you guys how you wanted to play it. So, and I was just reacting. But it was fun.
I definitely, yeah. I mean, I suppose there were other things we could have done, but yeah, I feel like going into the mirror was the obvious choice. It's just a matter of what we wanted to do past that.
I mean,
we
could have definitely taken off outside the window.
We could have.
I was curious if you guys were like going to be like, maybe we should go transverse the tower the opposite way, and I was like, that would have been fun.
I mean, yeah, we would have. We've already died in the tower twice, so. To be fair, it is a timed tower, so you never know what you're going to find. But
Totally.
Still.
Yeah, and I'm not sure that would have been the wisest choice. Yeah, that's fun. And, like, I think part of the thing here's a question I kept asking myself this week. Why are we looking for Naven Mag? And I was like, I didn't really have an answer for that.
I mean, I don't know about everyone else. I was just worried about the world is going to be ending thing and wanted more answers.
Same.
Got it. I wasn't sure. But that was my thought. I was like, I actually don't know why we're still chasing Miss Mags. But like, I thought it was I loved it either way because it was super fun.
Yeah, no, I thought that was enjoyable, but yeah, it's answers seem to be very hard to get out of Naven Mag, so that'll be.
It really is.
It's complicated.
And I mean, she would probably have, she doesn't the questions you guys are asking are very broad, and she's not exactly sure how to. She did give you some answers to what happened, at least, because you did specifically ask that, right? Mm-hmm. So that's cool. But yeah, this was a challenging week for me to figure out how we're going to unravel this a little bit.
Well, and I think the whole, after we had met her the initial time, she said that the world was going to be ending, and then she fought with herself from the future. And so Yulia's whole intent in finding books to help out is, again, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Has anything like this happened before? What does she mean? And the answers have not been forthcoming. So she's the fact that we just happened to fall through a fountain and end up in her room again was just okay, what the hell? What is happening?
That's an excellent question. She had answers for that, but you didn't ask. I mean, she did definitely insinuate that she left those books, not specifically for you, but that was her doing.
Oscar, shush.
For reasons unknown.
True. I mean,
You won't what even Max is.
I'm trying
Ulterior motives are.
That's exactly it. Yeah, and it's very curious. And why did she leave you there? She's not a hero. She's got shit to do. But I'll leave you with this.
Doing a lot of shit.
It didn't come up in the conversation, and maybe it's something more I think your players could kind of think about it and maybe ascertain this, just in hindsight, right? If you were trapped in a time loop for a long time, the second you're sprung from that loop, what would you do?
Get literally fucked up.
Get out. Just leave.
Yeah. So,
Well, that too, but leave them get fucked up.
Yeah, and we don't know how long she's been doing this, and and because it's time based, time could have completely different meaning to her than actual time, right? She could have been doing this for hundreds of years, right? I don't know.
Well, and why did us coming through the mirror help spring her, but us coming up through the tower didn't?
It's a great question.
We'll have to prepare these for the next time we see her.
We'll have a little list going. Okay, you're going to sit right here. We have a test for you.
Yeah. It was,
or she'll just leave.
That's entirely possible. I mean, but you can, it was difficult to plot this out, honestly. I wanted to give you guys more, ideas, but I didn't want to play the quote unquote module for you, right?
Right.
I felt like I was the hints to arm yourself were, that was my best, that's the best I could do. Let's just say that, because I was I would probably grab anything I can if I'm wearing only a robe, McMuffin.
Yep. I just totally forgot I had left all of my stuff. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I pretty much dropped everything that wasn't, either metal or paper. I had paintings and everything. So now I'm great I'm really excited that I don't have my light armor either. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I do have my light armor on. I didn't completely strip, but I did take off my pistol and yeah.
Yeah, you said you took your holy symbol.
I did take my holy symbol. I took my armor. I didn't take that off, but I think that's about it. My Katars are back with Malik. My pistol's back with Malik. My scroll is back with Malik. All that fun stuff.
Yeah, Malik's got a nice little treasure trove there.
Yeah, no kidding. Some loot right there.
And
Malik, not a vampire.
Yep, exactly.
One of them is
No
a
way he's a
vampire. I know for a fact.
That's a good question. Did we see that there was a mirror in Malik's house at all?
We did not.
Further,
And they didn't seem to have any garlic either.
further evidence for the vampire theory. Okay,
It's possible.
all right.
It's possible. I mean, and he's wealthy, so that's good.
Well,
We never saw him out in
almost
the morning.
immortal. Kind of like, yeah. I mean, Gorath doesn't know it, but I'm pretty sure that Malik's a vampire.
It's entirely possible. How would you tell? That's a good question.
Show up with some garlic.
Yeah.
Ask him out on a date and see if he wants
Does garlic work? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You know, does he
I'm
come out
working on
during the
cartoons.
day?
I mean,
Hold a mirror to him.
you have a couple silver daggers. That might be telling. Or, I mean,
Hey, can I
It's
stab you
mirror?
with this?
yeah. And you are traveling by mirror. So, it was interesting, but that really sets us. This was more like a transitional thing because, like, yeah, I wanted to introduce the mirror travel because I've been thinking about that for a while.
That's
so
pretty
that's
cool.
actually pretty
I like
fun.
it.
But yeah, the travel thing through mirror can only be done by certain people, and you guys, and I'll give you the reason. You're marked by time.
All right.
The pool with the mark, which is also, she told you why you were able to use the book. Right? That's why you could get there.
Marked by time.
You were... those are the levels I'm thinking of in my head, and this is more meta stuff, but like when you survived or the tower or experienced the tower the first time, you were touched by time, right? Like I think I even may have said that to you. But now you guys are marked by time.